Is it just me or there's no sound?
There's no
No
sound.
sound.
There's no
No
sound?
sound.
Okay, 1 second. Let me try sharing it again. I might not have clicked the right thing. Apologize. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I forgot to click share sound. I apologize. My apologies.
भगवान योगेश्वरा अखिल गुरु
How about now?
Bhagavan Namaste. Bhagavan is the personal. So that is the ultimate realization. So the ultimate realization is made possible by the Jnanis. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mang prabhadat. If one is actually searching after knowledge, and if he is actually a wise man, the symptom is that he will surrender unto me, Krishna says. Bahunam janmanam ante. That is possible after many, many births, searching out. Not for the karmis. Karmis have been described as murha, because they do not know anything more than working hard like an ass and get some return, that's all. They have no other ambition. Therefore Krishna said, Namang duskitanam murha pravadante naradhama maya paritagyana asuri bhavamas. So we should not remain murha. At least we must come to the stage of jnani, karmic jnani, yogi, then bhakta, step by step. So this murha portion, Kunti Devi said, kindly help me in cutting this murha relationship. And then give me attachment for you. Tayi ananya manas. Tayi me ananya vishaya mati bhavatu. So this is bhakti, that we have to give up the illusory attachment. Here the attachment is illusory. It will not stay. We want to live in family, husband, wife, children, father, mother, but it is not possible to live here permanently. That is not possible. Mrityu sarva harasya ham. Krishna says that you may think that you are very happy in family relationship, but I will not allow you to stay here. I will take everything from you as death. Mrityu sarva harascha aham. So we should understand that. Therefore, intelligent man, they should inquire where we shall enter family life and we can eternally enjoy. That is Krishna's family. You enter into Krishna's family, Vrindavan family, where Krishna has got his father, mother, his friends, his lover, his beloved, his cows, his garden, his Jamuna. You enter that family. Then Jadgattana nivartante, then you will not have to return back again to this temporary family, which will not stay. But if you enter Krishna's family, therefore Krishna comes. Krishna is so kind. that you are so much fond of family life. Just here, see, I have got my family. I am not impersonal. I have got my family. I have got my father, I have got my mother, I have got my friend, I have got my beloved Radharani and the gopis. Everything I have got. You can enter also. Come. Why you are rotting here? That is Krishna's mission. So, the Krishna consciousness movement means to practice in this life how to enter Krishna's family. You enter Krishna's family as you like. There are 5 rasas: Shanta rasa, Dasya rasa, Sakha rasa, Vatsalya rasa and Madhurya rasa. That is reflected in this world also. The same. Tejo Varimit Vinayam. This material world is reflection of the spiritual world. Chaye vaja sabbhavanani vibharti durga. Here there are rasas. Shanta rasa, Dasya rasa. Here also there is master and servant. There is friend and friend. There is father and mother and the son. There is beloved. Everything is there. But they are imitation, chaya. They are not reality. So if you want a real friendship, then make friendship with Krishna. Therefore Krishna's name is Krishna Sakha. Here it is said that Sri Krishna, Krishna Sakha. My dear Krishna, you are, Kunti Devi did not say that you are my nephew. No. That is not spiritual relationship. But Krishna Sakha, Arjuna, is related with Krishna eternally. Eternally as friend. How eternally? What is the proof? There is in the Bhagavad Gita. When Arjuna inquired, when Krishna said that this system of yoga I explained to the sun god millions of years ago. Imam vivasati yogam pratavan aham abhayam. At that time, to clear the idea, Arjuna, for our sake, he inquired, my dear Krishna, we are contemporaries, you are born the other day along with me. How can I believe that millions of years ago you spoke this philosophy to the sun god? So what is the answer? The answer is, my dear Arjuna, both you and me, we take so many incarnations, but you forget, but I do not forget. I do not forget. Therefore, Arjuna is always with Krishna. It is not that in this age, is this millennium Arjuna is friend of Krishna? No. He is eternal friend. He has made friendship with Krishna. It is never to be broken. It is never to be broken. So if you want, relish the rasa, the mellow, the taste of friendship, make friendship with Krishna. Krishna is prepared to make you friend, therefore he comes. Please come, become my friend. But we are denying. Make Krishna your friend. Make Krishna your son. Then you will never lament, my son is lost, my son has gone bad. No. So, this is Krishna consciousness. The same thing. We are making temporary relationship in this material world, and that is being broken. so many families. Who knows what family I belong to in my last birth? Might have been something else, not this family. We are changing our family, because family means his body. I consider I belong to this family because my body is produced from that family. The next night, the body is produced from another family. Then where is our family relationship? This is called Maya. In the material world, there cannot be anything fact. They are all illusion. The so-called family, the so-called friendship, the so-called lover, beloved, so-called paternal affection, sons, they are all simply Maya sukhaya bharamad bhato vimura. This was detected by Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj said to Nrsimhadev, my Lord, I am not anxious at all for my welfare, because I know that anywhere, if I simply remember your transcendental pastimes, or I Suchi Naivad Vijay para Durattvaya Vaitaranya Tadvijya Gayana Mahamritamagna Chitta. Tadvijya Gayana Maha. This chanting of Hare Krishna mantra or chanting Krishna's pastime, it is just like ocean. So Prahlad Maharaj said that I have learned this art. Therefore, for me there is no problem. But my one problem is, Suchi tato vimukha cetasa. I am thinking these persons who have no attraction for you, and they are simply engaged in Maya Sukhaya, Bharamudbhav, making gigantic arrangement for happiness which will not stay. After death everything will be finished. I am simply thinking of them. Maya Sukhaya Bharamudbhav Vimuran, and that Vimuran, they do not consider it that they are eternal. Nitya Nityanam, Chetanas Chetananam. This is the Vedic mantra. The Krishna, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is Nitya, Nityanam. And we living entities, we are also Nitya. We are plural number, Krishna is one, singular number. Chetanas Chetananam. Eternal and living, not dead. We are not dead. Krishna is also not dead. We do not die. Na hannate hannamane sarire. So why you have accepted this death? This is inquiry, athata brahma jigyasa. Unless this inquiry comes into the mind of a human being, he is an ass. Jasyatam buddhi kunapeti dhatu. So this inquiry should be there. So our Krishna consciousness movement is to enthuse people to make this inquiry. Just like political leaders. They were sleeping, and Gandhi and other political leaders, they made a decision that why you shall remain independent on this British ruling. Just like similar, it is not like that, it is an example. Our movement is that you are eternal. Why you should rot in this material world where there is no question of eternity? Everything is temporary. Everything is temporary. So, how we can attain this eternity? Krishna says, Mam upeta kaunteya dukkhalayam sasatam napnibanti mahatmana samsiddhim paramangata. If you come to me, Krishna is saying to us, indicating Arjuna, that if you come back to home, back to Godhead, why you are rotting in this material world, temporary world? Now I have got so many responsibilities, sir. How can I join you? So Krishna says, Sarvadharman Prati, give it up. And then I will be in trouble. No, you will not be trouble. Aham tva sarva papi bhamokshasya. Masucha. Krishna is giving assurance. Therefore, Krishna is not an ordinary living being. Krishna is the Supreme Personality. That is described here. What is Krishna? Krishna is Yogeshwara. Yogeshwara means yoga, mystic power. There are so many yogis, they can exhibit yogic power, Onima, Lagima, Prapti, Siddhi, so many, Ashtasiddhi yoga. Not these ordinary yogis simply practicing some asana. But real yoga means to get this perfection. Anima, Anu, to become we are very small. So the yogic power, they can give up this material body, and in the spiritual body they can enter anywhere through a hole. That is called Anima Siddhi. Similarly, Laghima Siddhi. They can become very light, walking on the water. That is called Laghima Siddhi, Mahima Siddhi. To become very big also. There are so many siddhis. So we are not very much interested with these siddhis. Krishna Bhakta, because just like a rich man's son, he does not bother about earning money, because he knows that my father is very rich. So if I need money, my father will supply. Similarly, we take shelter of the Yogeshwara, the master of all mystic power. So if we want to see some Ashtasiddhi yoga, we take shelter of Krishna and he will show. Why shall I take so much trouble? Why? So people say that in the Western world I have played wonderful things. But I did not know any siddhi. It is Krishna's desire. He has so. Krishna is pleased that for me, this person has come to serve me. Now see how wonderful it is. That was Yogeshwara. Instead of becoming a yogi, you take shelter of Yogeshwara. Then all yogic power will be within your control. Just like a rich man's son. If he is in trouble, the whole father state is behind him. So why should he hanker after earning money? So this is Krishna consciousness. Janglabdhya chaparang labhang mannatena adhikang tata. If you simply, therefore Krishna, Kunti Devi says, Tvai ananna visaya. Tvai ananna visaya mati bhavatu. Without any other desires. She is praying. Why? She is not praying to a loafer. So qualifications are given, mentioned here, that Rajanna Vangsha Dahana Anapavarga beat. Apavarga. So Krishna's power is unlimited, Anapavarga beat. If we take Krishna's shelter, if we become actually surrendered to Krishna, then all power of Krishna is behind you. And in this age, Krishna is so kind. Even though we cannot worship Krishna properly, still, anywhere we can chant the holy name, Hare Krishna. And the Krishna is there with his all power. Therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says Nam namakari bahudha nija sarva shakti tatrarpita niyamita smaranena kala. The name of Krishna is identical with Krishna. And all mystic power of Krishna is there. Nam namakari bahudha nija sarva shakti tatrarpita. In the name, all the potencies, Krishna is Yogeshwara. So all the potencies of Krishna is there because the name is not different from Krishna. So therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say, regrets, Ekadasi tava kripa bhagavan mamati. My dear Lord, you are so kind, so merciful, that simply by chanting your holy name, I get the full benefit of your personal association. Still I am so unfortunate. I have no taste for chanting Hare Krishna. Etadisi tava kripa bhagavan mamapi duddhaiva idrisi maha janina anurag. So you are so unfortunate that this in Krishna consciousness movement, this Hare Krishna movement, you are not taking part. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Jai Srila Prabhupada. Wonderful class. I observed a Krishna miracle in that class. Jamuna Jaya suggested earlier in the chat that we should read Shikshashtakam. And then in class, Srila Prabhupada mentioned Shikshashtakam and quoted from it. How wonderful is Krishna, that everything falls into place when we're sincere. Okay, let's open it up for, thank you Damodar Priya, first of all. Thank you so much for streaming so nicely. Let's open it up for reflections. Would anyone like to share any point that stuck to them, stood out to you?
Narottamam Nitai Das Prabhu wrote in the chat something, it looks like.
That was from before the lecture.
The dreams, right? Narottam Nitai Prabhu has very elevated dreams with Radhanath Maharaj, with Gopal Krishna Maharaj, with Lord Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra deities, and Ramapad Swami. Wow. Thank you, Narottam Nitai. That's what happens when you rise early. You go to bed early and you have good dreams. Okay. Bhima Prabhu?
Speaking of dreams and nightmares, I didn't get home last night from a trip from Boston until like 1 or 2 in the morning, and needless to say, not a very fitful sleep. And we're doing a huge transition at work, and we all go, and I mention this because we all go through these huge transitions, and all of a sudden, the weight of the world, or you think the weight of the world, is falling upon your shoulders. Of course, I had unfitful dreams. I was sort of like doing work while I was sleeping. And one thing that I do to help me is I put headphones in and I listen to Prabhupada or Radhanath Swami while I'm sleeping, you know, sort of that subliminal thing. So I always have their voice in my ear so that I don't forget what the things that Prabhupada said. And amazingly enough, this morning I had Prabhupada in my ears, and Prabhupada, even though I might not have heard the whole, the whole purport of what he was saying, because of course I was sleeping, when I woke up from a very anxious dream of, there's things to be done, and there were 40 messages for real on my phone saying, this has to be done, this has to be done, this has to be done. And I was like, I can't do this. I did not opt for this. This is not part of, I just wanted to live a simple life. And all of a sudden now it's definitely not simple. And so Prabhupada got on, and in the lecture, he was saying, we must work 24/7 for Krishna. I couldn't believe it. It was like, we work harder than anybody else for Krishna. And thank God. And thank Adi Purush and yourself, Ananda Bihari, this particular
Yeah, I
situation
know.
that I'm in.
I sent all those messages to you. It was me.
Yeah. And meanwhile, I'm thinking, how does Ananda Bihari do it all by himself and keep smiling all day? Is he pretending? I'm
Yes.
just like, yeah. And so, anyways, hearing Prabhupada literally, when my eyes opened and hearing Prabhupada's just his voice, his surety, the understanding, like he said in the lecture, if you just surrender to Krishna, he's a person. Govinda is a person. He cares, and he's your father. He'll take care of you. So even while I'm running around, I'm trying to catch horses. I'm trying to, alleviate crazy people that are now in the, crazy guests, causing problems, new systems being put into place of which I have no idea how they operate, and realizing that this is my responsibility to make this all work. I'm like, I can't do this, Krishna. This is too many Akshahini divisions. I can't win this war. And I felt in the dream like I was laying down my bow. I was like, I don't want this. I didn't opt for this. I just wanted to get in my van and live down by the river and chant Hare Krishna. And that's literally 2 years ago what I wanted, what I was aiming to do. And now everything. And then after listening to Prabhupada, it just became clear to me that this is not just a job. As with everybody on this program here, is that we're given a chance, whether it be our fellow workers, our families, or our guests, that we are giving a chance to touch them in some way, to reach out and plant a little seed. And I'll end this diatribe with this. My son is now planting over 500 kale, red lettuce, asparagus, tomatoes. We're doing about a couple of acres of farming for the sake of this guest retreat program for organic vegetables, raised farm to table. And he's got all these trays, and these little sprouts are coming up in these trays, and you have to be very delicate with them. You have to keep them at a certain temperature and everything. But they're very delicate, but they're coming up. And looking at them, it was understanding that when we plant a seed in someone, when we give them a book or just give them the association of devotees, we give them a chance to hear the Maha Mantra. We give them a chance to look at Krishna and Radha and wonder, oh, God is feminine and masculine, and that there's room for everyone here. When we plant that little seed, and then there's this just tiny little delicate sprout, and you can't force it to grow faster. You can't force a flower to bloom. It all happens in its good time. But somebody has to plant a seed. And that I realized after Prabhupada was saying, we work 24/7, and please carry on my mission. This is your responsibility. So maybe I'm not, giving classes. Maybe I'm not, learning Sanskrit. But I'm giving a chance for just a little seed to be planted in the dirt of this material world, and hoping for maybe a little sprout in one of our 44,000 different guests that we have, that they might take a book and they might read a paragraph, or they might try the mantra, or they might go with Adi Purush and distribute prasadam, in which case Prabhupada and Krishna plants that seed of bhakti, and in its own due time, it will rise as a creeper and blossom like a flower, where Krishna can come like a bee and get the pollen on his knees and go create some honey. So I just wanted to say that I'm sorry. That's that's the beginning of my day. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Bhima Prabhu. Bhima Kaviraj Prabhu ki jai. Wonderfully said. You should have a secretary, Bhima Prabhu, and they should follow you around the farm with a dictaphone, and you should just preach, share.
My wife follows me around with a pitchfork, and she jabs.
Good.
I have my own Durga. I have my own Durga with three-pronged Durga by proxy, and she keeps me in line if
That's
I'm
her
not in line.
service. Yeah, that's her
She always
service.
says to me, when I'm out of line, she always says, what would Radhanath Swami think if he saw you now? And boy, does that straighten me up. Or she'll say, I'm calling Adi, or I'm calling Radhanath Maharaj, and telling him,
Yeah,
I'm in prison. I'm in prison. Help. Hare Krishna.
that's their service, Bhima Prabhu.
Hmm.
Okay, Sharmila has a reflection or a question. Sharmila, go ahead.
Hare Krishna. No, I just had a reflection on the beautiful class that we heard today from Srila Prabhupada. Basically, we have to invite Krishna to be our Saka, our friend, our relation, our son, our mother, and then that's when we have that eternal um, joy. Other relationships, all these worldly relationships are temporary, and it always leads to heartbreaks and disappointments. It's an illusion. So we always have to invite Krishna to be our eternal friend and relation. So that was a beautiful takeaway for me. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Sharmila. And conversely, when something happens to a devotee, like a devotee leaves their body, um, everybody feels good about it. He had a good life. He's in good place, and everybody celebrates that.
Wow, that's beautiful. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So devotional relationship leads to joy, even something dramatic happens. Right? I hope
That's true.
I didn't go out of line with that one.
Yeah, and also what Bhima Prabhu said, we have to hold the relationships loosely and give them, the bandwidth to grow and become friends with Krishna and realize that they are in association with Krishna and not us in relationships. That's a beautiful thought as well. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Shamila. Thank you. Okay. Any further reflections, dear devotees? Reflections never end. Srimad Bhagavatam is timeless and endless. I like that verse that Srila Prabhupada quoted where he says, have no fear, I'll back you up. You surrender and I'll back you up. The two lines, Aham tvam sara papebhyo mokshayishyam ma suchaha. Papebhyo, papa means sin. So sinful reaction, papebhyo. Mokshaya syami, I will deliver. Sucha, worry, do not worry. Krishna says, abandon all varieties of religion, dharma, and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. So when something happens, let's try it today. Krishna, are you really behind this situation? Are you really behind this? I was chanting my rounds the other day at Washington Square Park, and an unhoused person rolled up to me in the wheelchair, and they started kind of verbally assaulting me, attacking me. And I was chanting in the sun. I was like, and then the person said, you bounce out before I knock you out. Something to that effect. And I said, no, I'm okay here. I'm comfortable. And you don't have to be like that. I was really trying to see Krishna behind in that person's heart, but they were so nasty. So I had to get a little defensive. But this was probably the first time that I didn't get reactive right away. I tried to see Krishna in that person's heart, despite the way they decided to approach me. So yeah, let's try that. Krishna, you're my friend, and you are behind that situation, and you are in that person's heart, however difficult it may seem. But Krishna is there, and he is going to back us up. We shouldn't fear, and we should work hard, like Bhima Prabhu said, 24 hours. Srila Prabhupada said that. We work harder than you. At the same time, what do? They built the park, and we take a walk in the park, and we hear about Krishna in the park. So we kind of take advantage. We get the best of the material kind of life and spiritual life. We get the best of everything by being a devotee, a surrendered devotee. So, Siham Yasari, is this your first time joining class?
Oh, this is my second time. I joined yesterday and today. So thank you so much.
Welcome back. Sorry we didn't have a speaker today. a live
That's
speaker.
okay. I mean, reflecting on Prabhupada's words were very powerful. That was very powerful. And to add to that, I was listening to, I don't remember if it was a video or something, where a journalist approached Prabhupada and she was sort of insulting him, telling him that he's a beggar. And he was telling her how much work he was doing, and she cannot even, do half of what he's doing, like, writing at night at his age. So it was very powerful, and it really tags to to today's session really nicely. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sion. Wonderful reflection. Yeah, I was thinking of that episode also. We work hard, but at the same time, we don't go crazy. We don't work like Muda, like an animal. We work for Krishna, and it's joyfully performed. It doesn't even feel like we're working when it's devotional service. Right? Does anyone have that with their service? It doesn't even feel hard. You just go full speed, and it's joyful. It's fun, exciting. Sometimes we have to take a nap here and there. Like Das Prabhu shared with me yesterday very intimately. He said, my body went to class, but I wasn't present there. I fell asleep. My body went to class, just my body. So sometimes we may take a nap for Krishna, even in class. Sometimes that happens. But devotional service is joyful. It's fun. Working with the devotees is fun. Bhima Prabhu was asking how I'm doing everything. First of all, Bhima Prabhu is doing much more than I. And then it doesn't even feel like I'm working. It's fun. Working with the devotees is fun. It's the best benediction that one can ever get. It's worth begging for it. It's worth making arrangements for it. It's worth it, being fired. But it's worth it. The more association of the devotees we can get, the better. I see Adipusha Prabhu is very politely letting everyone else speak. Would you like to say something, Adipusha Prabhu? Would you like to validate or invalidate something that was said?
We don't want to speak or not want to speak. We just pray to Prabhupada what to say. But right now, the Radha Muralidhar are appearing.
Jai Shishirana Muralidhar. Shishirana Muralidhar, we are yours. Hare Krishna. Turn on your cameras if you can, please. Thank you. Is that Bhava Bhakti? Avatam samasitam sudasundaranam Tandarpakoti kamaniya Ishesha shobha Govindam Haripurusham Tamaham bhajami Govindam Haripurusham Tamaham bhajami Govindam Haripurusham Tamaham bhajami. Kriya vritti mati Kasyanti pan
Jayanti Chiram Jaganti Anandachimaya Sadhu Kala Vigrasya Govindam Haripusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Haripusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Haripusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Haripusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam
Janitai Prabhu has the best darshans. Darshan champion. Okay, all right. So this was the class Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Muladhar Ki Jai, Lord Chaitanya Ki Jai, everybody on this call Ki Jai. It was very nice spending the time with you. Narayani, Hare Krishna, nice seeing you, Narayani. Hari Bol. Yes, good. Okay. All right, Kartik says in the chat, thank you all for the lovely class and reflections. Yeah, thank you, dear devotees. This is so nice to be in your association every day. Thank you for being there for us. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Come back tomorrow. Hare Krishna.